Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're set for today's video. It's Saturday, and Saturdays I do Cellar Saturday, where I drink something off the shelves behind me, or someone sends me an aged beer. This one happens to be from behind me. It's my last Lagunitas Willetized. This one's from 2022, so it's about 2 years old. Coffee style aged in rye oak barrels, coming at 13.1% ABV. Yeah, I'm super stoked. I mean, I'm sad because it's my last one, but I'm really excited to review it. Proper glassware, so you know it's going to taste better. The least pretentious glass in beer. Oh, it smells good already. Man, look at that. That looks beautiful. Here, let me get out of the way. Look how beautiful that looks, guys. All right, so it's got that coffee, like really dark coffee. It's black, a little bit of brown, 2 fingers of a mocha head. Apparently I have coffee on the brain. Pretty compact bubbles. They're sticking around pretty darn well. Yeah, man, that just looks beautiful. There was a beer I had recently, and I cannot think of the name of it right now. It was from that Fat Orange Cat. Steven gave it to me. It was like a pumpkin latte stout. That one didn't have a ton of coffee. So one of the reasons I wanted to do this, I was just kind of like, man, I haven't had a bourbon barrel aged stout in a little bit. I haven't had like a coffee beer in a little bit. So let's do this one, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be glad I chose it. Let's get into the aroma. Interestingly, I actually got the bourbon first, which almost never happens. There's the coffee roastiness, a little bit of like a mulch woodiness, and actual like the spirit. The I don't get too much of the rye spiciness, but I do get like did I say bourbon earlier? Rye oak barrels. So it's a rye whiskey, not bourbon. Anyway, what was I going to say? Well, I assume it's a rye whiskey. Anyway, that's not the point of this. I don't get the rye spiciness. That's the thing I wanted to say. It is still mostly smelling like coffee with just the most minimal green pepper. It's 90% coffee, 10% green pepper. Nice chocolate undertones. Some vanilla coming through. Some oak. God, this is fantastic. It smells like it's going to have some sweetness to it. Yeah, other than, I don't get any sort of like rye spiciness in the aroma. It has everything else I want. A little bit of caramel. It's almost like, caramel latte kind of a thing with the vanilla and the caramel. But yeah, it smells awesome. Like really good, guys. Let's get to the taste. Cheers. A little bit of spiciness in the taste. So that's there, which is nice. No green pepper in the taste. All coffee. Huge roastiness. There is some nice sweetness, but it doesn't... It'd be really impressive for a brewery to get a stout without coffee to get this roasty and coffee tasting. So like to me, you definitely taste the coffee. The stout itself, chocolatey. I think there's some roast from the stout as well. I think I'm getting coffee roast and also just stout roast. But yeah, definitely nice chocolate. The caramel, the vanilla are there. There's like this somewhat of a not vegetal. That's not the right word. Oh, man, what is that? The oak is nice. Pretty good vanilla. God, that chocolate's awesome. It's pretty pretty much dark chocolate only. But early on with this sip, when it's a little sweeter, maybe a little bit of milk chocolate, chocolate syrup, probably actually more aptly more aptly used to describe it. Hides the alcohol pretty well. It's a little dry in the finish, and I think between the oak and the ABV, maybe even the coffee. So it dries, which is nice. Lingering like dark chocolate coffee, almost like you had dark chocolate covered coffee beans and like you ate them. So not a lot of sweetness, but those flavors are there. Lingers for a while. The dryness makes me want to kind of keep taking sips. This came right out of my stout fridge, which was at 55 degrees, and it's like the perfect temperature to be drinking this. Has a little bit of a body. It's not super, it's not particularly thin, but it's not particularly, thick. It doesn't have like a big creamy mouthfeel or anything. But I've had way thinner stouts, I'll put it that way. It's probably like middle of the road because I've had way thicker stouts as well. And yeah, the level of coffee is awesome. 2 years, it has not turned to green pepper in the taste at all. Like I said, like the tiniest bit in the aroma though. This is killer. This is awesome. I'm super stoked because I really wanted this to land. I wanted coffee. I wanted, again, I think it's whiskey, not bourbon specifically, stout. So like that's, yeah, and it's got a little bit of that ryeness, but not too much. Yeah, this is awesome. I think it's crystal clear how much I'm liking this beer. Yeah, have you guys had one before? Have you had anything from Lagunitas lately? Do you want to once again complain that they haven't released sucks in however many years it's been at this point? Drinking something else you want to tell me about? Major life event? Anything, everything? Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.